Yeah, guys, we don't have an answer for this either. I never thought I'd say this, but I agree with Elon Musk. Call your representatives. We sure you've seen the news about Elon Musk. If you haven't, Elon is going scorched earth, completely doing a 180 on Trump on Twitter.
Guys, to my channel Yano Show KE. So this is a channel that brings you about the content across Africa, Asia, and USA. So I want to appreciate you guys for the support you've shown on my YouTube channel. So today we want to talk about an interesting story about the president of USA, Donald Trump, with Elon Musk, the founder of Twitter, the now leading to today X. That we've seen the relationship between Trump and Elon Musk is not in good control. So if you're new here to Yano Show KE, I beg you just click the subscription button, subscribe, like, comment, and share. In case we put a new video, you'll be the first one to know it.
AOC has given the perfect response to Donald Trump and Elon's feud, and it was beautiful. Now, as you know, yesterday Donald Trump and Elon Musk absolutely blew up. Their friendship is over, and everybody tried to give some in-depth response. But when AOC was asked about it, she gave the response. Take a listen.
Any quick reaction on what's going on with Elon Musk and President Trump on Twitter right now?
Oh man, the girls are fighting, aren't they?
That's it. Simple, to the point, and the blueprint. Don't get involved if you're a Democrat. Don't try to give your opinion of what happened or why it happened. The Democrats need to just kind of laugh it off and move on and focus on how they can change the American people's opinions about them and what they can do for the American people. AOC just gave them all the blueprint on how to follow. Or if you can't do this, don't make a comment at all. Donald Trump and Elon Musk, this feud is going to continue, and we're going to be constantly asked our feelings on it.
I just want to get your initial reaction to the fallout from today as you watch this happen in real time.
Well, in the words of Neil Sedaka, the immortal words, breaking up is hard to do, I guess. I don't, I expected this with these two. They were inevitably going to clash, especially as Elon was getting forced out of the White House. And that's really what was happening before he was moved to the side. His numbers were low. At some point it was going to break. And Elon outside the tent is not a good, as I said earlier last week to you, is not a good Elon to have. But the Epstein tweet, when I saw that, I was like, oh, he's going nuclear, and he's just decided to pull away.
Because, I mean, in the world of MAGA and conspiracy world, that is, that's like the Ark of the Covenant in
third rail,
hidden in some warehouse is this Epstein file, and there are these phony flight logs which are constantly being changed. If anybody criticizes Trump, your name would appear on these flight logs. For him to use the Epstein card, it just seemed, that's throwing all the cards on the table.
Absolutely. And that's what Musk is about. One of the great things about Musk is he's a huge risk taker. One of the negative things about Musk is he's a huge risk taker. And so he's just decided he doesn't care at all. And this is really interesting to see if it will sort of get others to sort of push back at Trump, because if this guy does it, maybe we can do it. I think it might give people courage in a weird way, although it's going to come at great cost to Elon Musk.
Good night.
That's fine. I'm not about to keep barking at a bitch who ain't about to do that. Anyway, just mad because you was a stripper that thought you was gonna get wifed and didn't, psych.
That's fine. I'll be a stripper because I make way more money than you, bitch. Buy your life. Good night.
You trying to get down or you just trying to run your mouth?
You the one that came in here.
You trying to get down or you just trying to run your mouth?
If you got a problem, then what's wrong?
You trying to get down or you just trying?
If it doesn't end with him getting booted out of office, I don't care that they're fighting.
Guys, Donald Trump and Elon aren't fighting over the deficit or a $7,500 EV tax credit. They're fighting over AI. Elon hitched his wagon to Donald Trump, and everybody thought he was just going to get some more government subsidies and lay a few people off. When we all quickly found out this was about getting his corporate goons into every government office he possibly could to scrape our data from those offices. And I'm betting in the last 48 hours, just like the rest of America, Elon found out about the AI laws in the big beautiful bill. I'm betting something does not work out in Elon's favor in that bill or helps out one of his competitors. This man has risked his entire fortune for AI. Everything he's done this past year has been for AI because AI is the ultimate goal for these people. It's free labor. That is the goal for these feudalists. I don't know. What do you guys think? I certainly don't believe this is over some $7,500 tax EV credit or the Epstein files, the deficit, any of this other bullshit. There's something deeper going on. The question is, what is it? Peace.
Well, I think we can say the bromance between Elon Musk and Donald Trump is well and truly over. The rows have broken out into the public. Elon Musk claiming that Donald Trump would have lost the election if it weren't for him. Donald Trump coming close to suggesting that Elon Musk might be deranged. You can listen to the comment in a moment, but he was basically saying that Musk didn't have a problem with any of Trump's policies until he left the White House.
I'll tell you, he's not the first. People leave my administration and they love us. And then at some point they miss it so badly, and some of them embrace it and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it, but we have it with others too. They leave and they wake up in the morning and the glamour's gone, the whole world is different, and they become hostile. I don't know what it is. Someday you'll write a book about it and you'll let us know.
What happens when the most powerful man in politics and the most powerful man in tech suddenly don't see eye to eye? Donald Trump has been pushing a new plan, calling it the Big Beautiful Bill. But Elon Musk, billionaire entrepreneur and ex-owner, publicly slammed it as the worst bill in history. Trump's response? Calm, but telling. We had a great relationship. I don't know if we will anymore. This may seem like another political disagreement, but it's bigger than that. We're watching two titans, one in politics, one in tech, potentially fracture in real time. Musk has been a vocal supporter of free speech and a stricter immigration law. And Trump has often praised Musk, but this moment signals a shift, and people are watching. So the question is this: is this just a bump in the road or the start of a serious split between two major forces? Drop your thoughts. Is Musk right? Is Trump right? Or are we all missing the bigger picture here?
If even Elon Musk, who's been part of the whole process and is Trump's buddy, says the bill is bad, you can imagine how bad this bill is.
We're no longer friends with Elon Musk Rat. That's what we're calling him, Musk Rat, because he looks like a rat and he's being a rat, but he's begging like a dog to be friends. He basically paid me to be friends with him, and I said, okay, Elon, you can be friends with me and my friends, and we even had sleepovers at my house, and it was all good. But then he was like, sir, could I please have your help with my little failing car company? And he has these little cars that run on batteries, if you could believe it, and it's like a little Barbie car that he sells to woke liberals, because liberals love Barbie. And because I didn't like his Barbie car, then he started saying mean things about me, very nasty things online. And he thinks he's so popular because he's got so many followers online that he could get all of his followers to say mean things about me online. But I have more followers than he does. So actually, I'm more popular than him. And we are no longer friends with Elon.
Breaking news. Steve Bannon says he will have an investigation done of Elon Musk to see if he is truly an American citizen, whether or not everything was done legally when Elon became an American citizen. You may know or may not know, but back in 2013, there was an interview with Elon and his brother, Kimball, with the Millikan Institute. And Kimball says basically in the interview on tape, and it's all on video, it's all online, that basically they were not here legally. At that time, Elon had been accepted into, I believe, Stanford University for a program there, which he was here on a student visa. And apparently, according to Kimball, they were working when they weren't supposed to be working, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, now with the full fallout between Trump and Musk, and I already called this 2 days ago, I talked about the War of the Roses, and it was coming, and it's here. Steve Bannon says, well, he wants to open an investigation, according to his conversation with the New York Times, into Elon Musk to make sure whether Elon is legal or whether Elon Musk is an illegal immigrant in the U.S. So don't know where this is going to go, but something tells me Steve Bannon's already been having it looked into before now. And there is no love lost between Steve Bannon and Elon Musk. And if you've heard any of the thing going on today between Elon and Trump, it is definitely War of the Roses and I don't think there's any kissing and making up. It has gotten ugly, 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 and it's only going to get worse. And only one of these two can win. So there you have it. Love to hear from my Democrats, my MAGAs, my crazies, my cuckoos, and my Bernie labels. But I've said all along, Elon is probably not here legally. That's been my call. But we'll find out. What do you think? Let me know.
Tesla is the 10th highest weighted company in the S&P 500. So if it has a big drop like it did today, well, that's going to drag down the whole market. Remember, on an intraday basis, this was the worst day for Tesla going back to 2020. And I just want to point out also the volume on this. The volume was astonishing. You had something about 280 million shares swap hands. The last time we saw that type of volume, you had to go all the way back to early 2023. That was, to be precise, January 30th, 2023. And that was when Ford announced it was cutting the price on its Mach-E, basically a price war with Tesla. So investors typically don't react that same way with this stock, the way that we saw today. And that's going to be a big factor. A stock that closed below all of its key moving averages, the 100-day, the 200-day, the 50-day, you name it, it's under it. And it's raising a lot of questions about leadership, Joe. We had Ross Gerber, who's a big investor in Tesla, who has been whittling away his stake in that company for quite some time, largely because of his concern about management of this company and whether they need new leaders.
We have breaking news right now. Elon Musk is now sending a veiled threat to Republicans across the country, saying he's going to outlive Donald Trump, essentially saying he's going to be around for 40 years while Trump only is in office for 3.5 more years. And now Donald Trump is firing back at Elon, saying that Elon is going crazy and that he asked Elon Musk to leave. So Trump is saying he essentially fired Elon Musk. This is Elon saying, food for thought, Trump has 3.5 years left as president, but I will be around for 40 plus years. Then this is Donald Trump, who just posted saying Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do. And he just went crazy. This is a wild back and forth. I literally left my house to go on a run, and it seems like it's only going to continue. So stay tuned for the back and forth updates. I feel like I'm watching a tennis match at this point between Musk and Trump. I'll do a full breakdown on my Substack, linked in bio shortly. So subscribe for free and follow along for more news. It's coming fast.
Any quick reaction on what's going on with Elon Musk and President Trump on Twitter right now?
Oh man, the girls are fighting, aren't they?
Did you see what Elon Musk did today? We officially have billionaire beef. Elon Musk just posted a tweet saying that the reason the Epstein files haven't been released is because Donald Trump's name is in there. So clearly, Elon is pissed, and let's talk about why. Elon Musk devoted 130 days of his life towards this Doge program. He received 0 pay, and during that time, he neglected his companies. He put all of his projects on hold. He sacrificed his own reputation. Him and his family received death threats. People were vandalizing his products. They were torching his dealerships. They purposely crashed his stocks. He lost hundreds of billions of dollars. All that in the name of helping Donald Trump expose fraud and waste. So when Donald Trump's big beautiful bill didn't make the cuts that he found, I understand why he'd be upset. It basically means he went through all of that for nothing. And then, to top it all off, Donald Trump canceled EV mandates. That means Elon just lost contracts worth billions. So am I surprised that Elon did this? Not really. But we also have to address the fact that we already knew Trump's name was in there. And so far, none of the evidence points towards Trump's name being on the client list. Trump Hotel was mentioned, and I think they exchanged planes a couple of times or something like that. But once again, nothing suggesting that he's on the client list, unless that's what Elon's saying we're gonna see in the future.
This will be short but sweet. After yesterday's train wreck between Elon Musk and Donald Trump, I think there's only one clear path forward. Jeffrey Epstein's files must be made available to public scrutiny. And if it's determined that Donald Trump committed crimes, he must be removed from office. That's it. No debate. He should never have been allowed to run for office to begin with.
Wait! What is the tea? The girls are fighting! No!
So Caroline Leavitt just officially responded to Elon Musk's claim that Donald Trump isn't releasing the Epstein files because he's in it. This is what Leavitt said just now. Quote, and you can read the whole thing, but this is an unfortunate episode from Elon, interesting way to phrase that, who is unhappy with the one beautiful bill because it does not include the policies he wanted. The president is focused on passing this historic piece of legislation and making our country great again. First of all, notice how Caroline doesn't actually deny the allegation. Nothing about, well, this is unequivocally false, it's not true. Nope, just that it's a, quote, unfortunate episode. And honestly, my theory is that they are kind of scared of Elon. I mean, this guy is the world's richest man. He clearly has it out now for Trump. And they're using this kind of weird language about unfortunate episodes rather than going full-throated attack, which is what Trump is known for. So very bizarre statement from Caroline Leavitt, but I'm sure there will be more statements to come.
Yeah, guys, we don't have an answer for this either. I never thought I'd say this, but I agree with Elon Musk. Call your representatives. We sure you've seen the news about Elon Musk. If you haven't, Elon is going scorched earth, completely doing a 180 on Trump on Twitter. And now Trump is clapping back saying he's going to cancel Elon's government contracts. A lot's happening. Stay tuned to Now This Impact, and we'll keep y'all updated on what seems to be a very messy breakup between the two. What is happening?
Elon, I know why you're doing this whole public feud thing. It's for one reason and one reason only. You want to stay CEO of Tesla, and you look at this feud kind of like damage control. You had a really poisonous relationship with a really poisonous guy, and it made you really poisonous to your most important company. So you think, oh, well, if I publicly go against him and some of the biggest priorities he has, then people might like me again, right? No, that's never gonna happen. This little public feud ain't gonna cut it, man. I mean, you spent $250 million to elect this guy, then you got on stage and did a salute, and then you ran around on a different stage with a chainsaw while you're taking people's livelihoods away. It's not enough. Nothing will ever be enough, and I can guarantee you by the end of this year, you will not be the CEO of Tesla anymore.
I think Elon Musk did a fabulous job with Doge. He exposed grotesque examples of waste, fraud, and abuse. I have nothing but praise for Elon Musk and appreciate his efforts.
Do you agree with his assessment that if it wasn't for him, that Republicans wouldn't have control of Congress right now and the election?
Elections have so many different factors in it. He obviously played a positive role.
He's right about the big, beautiful bill. I mean, it's like adding a $2.5 trillion debt. I mean, it's astonishing. I can't imagine anyone genuinely think this is like a smart thing. And that's where we are. And now it's suddenly, now Musk is right.
Hi, I want to address this squabble that's going on publicly between President Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Now, you know, if you followed me anytime, I have been a great supporter of President Trump, and I also have many videos thanking Elon Musk for the job that he has done with Doge, and even during the campaign, him supporting candidates that were pro-American. Now, I need to say to both of them, you know, you need an adult in the room, and I will act as that person. I worked in higher education, so I'm accustomed to students having squabbles, and they would go to what they call me the principal's office to discuss the squabbles. When you are on that level, when you have the entire world looking at you, President Trump, when you are the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, do you know what you never do? You do not iron out your differences publicly. It's okay for you to have differences. When Elon Musk came out and he said he did not agree with the big, beautiful bill, and that's fine. There are parts that no one agrees with. You know, that's one of those things that you will agree with pieces of it and disagree just as strongly with other pieces of it. But the problem that happened is when it became personal, and both of them can be found to be guilty of attacking each other personally. And that's the part that is so devastating to Americans. You know, we are stressed already. We just had a Democrat and a Republican senator go to Ukraine and do what might have escalated a war into a nuclear war. That's stressful. That is very stressful to all of the followers and or anyone in the country. We do not want our children to be sacrificed in a war. We don't want to be sacrificed in a nuclear war that we cannot survive. We watched as President Trump went to the Middle East and was very successful. successful with Elon by his side. So for all of us Americans right now, what do we have to worry about? We're worried about nuclear war. We're worried about all of the fraud, all of the corruption that Elon uncovered throughout our federal agencies. And we're still looking for our Department of Justice to start arresting those people who are guilty. But you know what? None of us want. We do not want to see you guys take each other to a level that is not necessary. And that's exactly what happened. And so to Elon, please, when you put that out there that President Trump was on the Epstein list, now I've seen the Epstein list for years because there were people that put it out years ago. I've never seen President Trump's name on it. I've never seen anything about him in any type of dealings with Epstein. I don't know what would provoke you to take it to that level. And it's not necessary. President Trump, when you went out and you were saying that the reason that we were in trouble is because of the contracts that we had with Elon and his EVs, not necessary. Okay? Will you all please call each other? This is the mother in the room. This is the adult in the room, the principal in the room, whatever you want to call me. Please stop airing your differences out publicly because the people in our country are stressed out enough. We have too many things to worry about. Let us worry about what that little man is doing, Zelensky is doing in Ukraine, that may jeopardize all of our futures. Please start talking to each other and let's not hear this anymore. We stop this fight? And if y'all want me to, I would gladly sit in the room with the two of you, and tell both of you when you need to be quiet because this has gotten out of hand. It's really out of control. Please, you can call me if you want to. I'd be glad to talk to you about it.
And I do wonder why Elon thinks people are going to listen now to him, because he just spent several months destroying people's lives. Yeah. So now suddenly you woke up, you came out your fog.
Yeah, but you know what? Musk has is more favorable numbers than Trump, it looks like.
Today?
Yeah. He has an 83% favorability among Trump voters from 2024. So he's hurting Trump in a way. They like him better. How bad do you have to be for them to like Trump?
Mary Margaret, I would be remiss if I did not ask you what the attitude is around the White House considering the blow up between Elon Musk and President Trump that began yesterday has carried into today. What's the general attitude over there?
So obviously this is the biggest news of the week, maybe of the last 6 months. I would say in the attitude of many of the White House reporters who have been kind of waiting for this sort of thing to happen. Elon and Trump's relationship has often been considered a little bit tenuous in the last couple of weeks, and now that things have blown wide open, especially with Elon's Epstein allegations yesterday, what I'm hearing from my White House sources is that they consider this to be a very overly strong reaction to Elon's dissatisfaction with the One Big Beautiful Bill. What I'm being told is that this is an unfortunate kind of blow up, and they hope that it blows over soon. It's possible there's going to be a call scheduled with Trump and Elon later today. We're still waiting for more on that front. We're hearing that it may happen, but that Trump is not super excited about it. And, there's been so much back and forth between the two of them, very public back and forth, that it's not likely to be completely patched up anytime soon. But what I was told by some of my White House sources is that, President Trump actually kicked Epstein out of his Mar-a-Lago club. That's been widely reported for many years. He's also already known to have socially interacted with Epstein, but there's no evidence that he did any wrongdoing associated with the late sex offender who died in a New York City jail. And the FBI has told us recently that he committed suicide. So he did kill himself. And we're supposed to see videos proving that fact very soon. So we're all kind of waiting with bated breath around here to see how this Elon-Trump feud pans out, hoping that this call has some news in it. I'm in the White House press pool today, so if there's any open Oval events, I will be in them. So hopefully I'll be able to ask the president about that. And I'm excited to question him about what's going on and the future of this Trump-Elon relationship.